This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. We are at Ben Davison's Performance Centre. How big has your ego got to be to name the gym after yourself? Hey, where is it?
I don't know, I mean, I'd be in the office, but you got to ask him that.
I'm going to ask him that. Never really thought about it before, but like Ben Davison Performance Centre.
I mean, I think it makes sense because it's his gym. Like, I would name it Jeamie Tkv Performance Centre.
You're a fighter, isn't it? So.
No, but if I owned the gym, I think I would name it that Tkv Performance Centre.
We'll ask him about that. Jeamie Tkv, what's going on? You good?
Yeah, no, I'm all good. I'm all good, man. Just a bit annoyed, pissed altogether because there's a lot of lies going around, and yeah, man, just pissed.
All right, let's kind of break down kind of a couple of talking points, and I'm sure if there's anything else after that we can kind of address as we go on. Let's talk about, obviously there was talks for quite some time about this rematch with David. We now obviously have learned in the last couple of weeks that the surprise fight on the card really that David Adeleye is going to fight Filip Hrgović. But I'm assuming you knew that that fight wasn't happening like prior to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, of course, because he refused to sign the contract. We tried so hard to get that rematch because that's the only fight that I want, that rematch. We tried so hard to get that rematch and he refused to sign the contract. And I can't even call him Adeleye anymore. I have to call him Adeleye because all he's been doing online is lying. He, you know what? I wasn't taking it all in. I left him to do what he's doing. But I remember watching an interview and he was talking about him signing a contract and then us not signing it. So, like something very funny. And I just thought, you know what? I took a step back. He's lying to himself and he's lying to the public. And he's running with his own narrative. And I can't let that run. You know what I'm saying? So it only makes sense to do this interview. So he's just been lying. And for me, he's a coward. He's not a real British champion. For me, he's a pussy. Look, if the roles were reversed and I was in his position and people were talking the way they were talking, I'll make sure my priority is to get it right. Like he says, if he believed in himself, he would have gave me the rematch because he knew he was getting beat in that first fight and he knows he's going to get beat in the rematch. That's why he avoided me. People can talk and say whatever they want, but Adeleye definitely avoided me. And he's scared to do the rematch. And we were told his team are even tired of, like, they weren't happy with the way he was avoiding the rematch. Like, we've been told directly that they were fed up with his antics. So, in a way, I do believe, he's saying that he chose Hrgović. He might have, but I kind of feel like they're throwing him to the wolves and sink or swim, throwing him into the deep end.
I was going to ask that, is there a possibility, and again, I don't know this, and I suppose for definite you won't know this either, is there a possibility the fight with you obviously didn't progress into actually happening next because that Hrgović fight in Saudi was there?
It wasn't there. The priority was the rematch. That fight was not there because we got the contract. Well, we started negotiating for the rematch, which was supposed to happen in July on the undercard of Dubois and Usyk. We got that quite quickly. That happened within a week. Like, was already negotiating. We agreed. He didn't agree for whatever reason. He let it go to purse bids, put us in the worst position. He obviously still didn't agree. And we signed a contract. I got a signed document. I signed it so quicker than you can say signed. I signed that document. And Adeleye did not. He completely refused to fight me. You know, if he's a man of his word, the way he talks in his interviews, talking about how he will give me the rematch and how I'm easy work, if he knew that I was easy work, he would have gave me that rematch. I want everyone to know that he's scared. He's a scared man. He is a scared man. He avoided me. Believe it or not, you may think I'm waffling. Oh, yes, he hit me with that shot. The way he won it, for me, he's not a real British champion. He can't call himself a British champion. He can't be holding that belt, you know. And now he has to vacate because they gave us a timeline to fight for that belt, to do the rematch. And the fact that he's not going to meet that deadline, he has to vacate the belt. So for me, he's not a real British champion. I can never call him a real British champion. And I'm going to start calling him Adeleye. That's it.
Right, so look, let's move forward a little bit. Obviously, we know, now he's got that fight with Filip Hrgović penciled in for and done for August 16th. But for yourself now, is this something that, regardless of what you do next, that you will some way revisit this situation with Adeleye? Is it something that you can't really let go of, and regardless of what he does in this fight with Hrgović, you'll still want to fight him at some point?
Yeah, we'll circle back, 100%.
Yeah.
He knows we'll circle back. It's the fact of how he's done it. Like, for me, he has run away. He refused to fight me twice. Like, the initial contract that we got given until the purse bids, he refused. You know? I don't know, Adeleye, man. I thought he was better than that. I thought he was a man of his word. You know what I'm saying? But all that persona he puts on is a facade, man. Look, he likes to intimidate people because he's a scared man. And what he's done recently has proved it. Obviously, yes, he's fighting Hrgović, yeah, but he got thrown in there. I promise you, he got thrown in there. He was scared of losing against me because he knows it will hinder his career. Losing against Hrgović gives him a second chance, I'll be honest with you, and we all know it. You know what I'm saying? People are going to look at, oh, well, he moved up too quick. He can possibly still box at British level, but losing against me stops him from boxing at that level, but he really wants to box at that world level.
Let's move forward to yourself now. A lot of speculation from the weekend, especially links you with a fight with Dave Allen. What talks have been had so regarding that situation or potential situation?
Because Adeleye is refusing to fight me, he has to vacate the belt. So since Adeleye is vacating the belt, it's available for me to fight for, and Dave Allen is an option, and I feel like that's a good fight. He's coming off a good win. He's a good fighter in general. I like his style. I think our style would gel quite well. I think it'll be a good fight, and I really like Dave Allen to be the next opponent. But just before this interview, I literally saw on my phone that he got offered to fight Parker. So I guess he has options himself. So let me not get my hopes up.
Yeah, I mean, look, with Dave's win over Johnny Fisher, we know that there was quite a few fighters he was being linked with. Yourself's one of them. Joseph Parker's name's come into it now as well. Deontay Wilder, all these guys that Eddie Hearn's trying to see what the best opportunity is for Dave. But he does want to win the British title. We know that. So that fits into what you want to do as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, we both want to win the British title, so it's a fight that needs to be made. Yeah, I just think it's a good fight. It's a good fight in general, man. I know he's willing, I'm willing, but is what offer makes sense for him. But I'm still looking to fight for the British title, whether it's him or someone else. I'm looking to fight for the British title.
So, if it isn't Dave Allen, is it just about the title, or are there other names that have been potentially mentioned of who you could face next?
I mean, it's all about the title. It don't matter. Could possibly, maybe Fraser Clark, you know. But at the moment, it's Dave Allen, then Fraser, possibly. And then I don't know who would be. Obviously, Fisher was there, but who else? Because obviously he would have to build back in, I guess. You know how it goes, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it's just Allen at the moment, top pick, and then Fraser probably next.
But undoubtedly, you're going to feel like you've wasted a few months of your career kind of waiting for this fight to happen that's now not happening next. So, yeah, but it's probably a case of now just putting that in the past and just moving forward.
No, of course, look, Adeleye did me dirty, man. Adeleye did me dirty. He knows he did me dirty. Like, he avoided the fight. He just did a runner. You know what I'm saying? And I know he was trying to do a runner before we even fought the first time. I tried to say, and he got amped up, and obviously we ended up flipping the table and doing whatnot. But, yeah, man. Don't worry. Look, there's opportunity. Just like I said, Dave Allen is there. There's the opportunity to fight Dave Allen. There's the fact that I'm still mandatory to fight for the British title means my opportunity is still there to fight. So it's not too much of an L. But I'm upset with Adeleye's movements and how he's behaved throughout the whole negotiations.
A lot going on in this gym at the minute. I mean, Adeleye there who's got his thing at the minute with Video Riley, which we'll talk to him about. Obviously, Moses is headlining that card that we're talking about in that fight with Dillian White. What do you think about that fight?
I just think Moses is on point, always on point, and this is his time. You know, I believe Moses beats him convincingly, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like Moses beats him. That's it. No other way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bold move from Moses and the team, and also it's an interesting fight for Dillian to take at this stage of his career as well. So
that's true. It's not a fight that he needed to take. I mean, there's other fights out there for him, which could possibly make a similar amount of money, I guess. There's obviously the AJ rematch he could have done. Obviously, the Joyce fight probably still could have happened, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of options for him, but he decided to go with Moses, the guy who's really shining at the moment, doing very well, who I believe will be dominating the division. But like I said in the interview previously, I said if he didn't believe he can beat Moses, he won't fight Moses. You know what I'm saying? So he believes in.
Yeah, I agree with that. Listen, forget about what he's getting paid. He's obviously getting paid well for it, but I don't think he would go into the fight unless he believes that he'll beat Moses. Yeah.
So a man who believes in himself and knows what he can do is still a dangerous man. So you can't write off Dillian White at all. Yeah.
So ideally for you, when would you prefer to fight, or when's an ideal time for you to have a fight date? Like what month?
Tomorrow. I'd rather fight tomorrow. Anytime, man. I'm ready. It's funny enough, like after my last fight with Adeleye, I actually got back into the ring. No, sorry. I got back into the gym 5 days after. I got back into the gym 5 days after, and I helped Fabio with his camp for his last fight as well. So I was doing 10 rounds, 20 rounds a week with Fabio. 10 rounds, 8 rounds, whatever we was doing. But yeah, I got back in the gym quite quickly, so I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, listen. Much appreciate your time. Is there anything else that is on your chest? Do you want to get off your chest, or?
No, I just want to just let Adeleye know that he's a coward. There's no other way to put it. What he just did, the only way I can put it, you know how we say in the end, you're a pussy. Straight up, you're a coward. That if you were really a man of your word, you would have took that rematch, and you would have got everything. I mean, look, you know you was getting beat in that fight, and you know you will get beat in a rematch. That's why you did a runner. But we leave it as that. I'll see you soon.
Jeamie Tkv, thank you very much to IFLTV, and no doubt when you do have fight news confirmed, we'll catch up with you again.
Thank you.